We're on EP Island.
EP Island is a really great concept
that Laura and Mel started a few years ago.
We try to write from beginning to end, 3 songs, and have all of the basic tracks recorded
In one weekend.
It's been wild.
This is our 4th installment. The first installment was just me and Melanie. It's called Goodish. The second installment was Radish, and we got our friend Lynn to play guitar and sing with us. We had never played with her before. And then the third installment was called Swedish. We got our friend Sarah Jane Truman to come in and play bass. We'd never played with her before either. And then we wanted to ramp it up again, and this 4th installment is called Electrish, and we got Jessie Robertson and Sarah Sangster to play bass and guitar. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Swann. Thursday night, we bring all our gear in and we set up.
And that was also the initial meet.
Oh my god. Let's make food. That's what we do. It's food or music.
I wasn't worried about the music, but I was probably, just like, oh, I hope we get along. And we did so well. Like, we were just totally on the same wavelength. So I feel really lucky about that.
Friday night we got together and just started writing, started jamming and just seeing what we came up with.
Really, it was only about 3 hours of jamming, and we literally created all of these songs at that point, which is pretty astonishing.
Everyone goes home, go to sleep maybe, except Sarah, who stayed up till 4 in the morning.
2 nights in a row.
2 nights in a row. But we're back here about 11 o'clock the next morning. I am listening to yesterday's recordings, so I know what to play. Laura Lee, she'll actually email us those bits and pieces that she records, so we can kind of listen back.
I really need to record jams or else it's just lost. It's like we're trying to remember a dream or something. So we worked for like 12 hours solid, trying to like finesse concepts, finalize structure.
The Saturday, it's really actually quite exhausting, playing constantly.
Uh-oh, bleeding? No blood yet.
No blood yet.
Close?
Yet.
Yes.
Sunday is pretty much all recording.
When I show up, I set up all the mics and I test everything. Hopefully that doesn't take too long, which was not the case this time.
Okay, hold on. Let me actually test this cable.
The issues, the problems, the challenges.
Okay, so what happened? Basically, we're running 16 channels, which is great because then you have like more options for microphones. The problem is that the computer would not run the 16 channels without stopping after a minute or two if we were running headphones as well.
What's that?
So we had 2 options: to keep the 16 channels and not run monitors. So people would have just had to play live and not listen to themselves, which is hard to do when you're recording.
That's just a crazy, crazy, crazy delay.
We didn't go with that. Instead, we just went with 8 channels. So it's very minimal, but it's pretty fun.
Swann is a professional.
If you want to keep going a little bit.
She's been doing live sound for a long time, and she's really good at it. So if I didn't have her on board to help troubleshoot, I think I probably would have fallen flat on my face. What did we decide this song was called? Epic B.
Well, who's Epic B after?
Well, B. Arthur.
Oh, B. Arthur. Okay.
Yeah. B. Arthur. It's all falling into place. It's all falling into place. Do what we did a few times.
I really love the act of writing a song all at the same time.
I don't think it was as good.
To all create literally at the spur of the moment is pretty cool.
We have no idea what's going to happen. We could turn funk, we could turn R&B, we can turn metal. You never know.
It's nothing I've ever done before, so it was a really cool challenge to be able to first off work with people who I'd never met or collaborated with before, and just to be able to get so much done in such a small amount of time.
I tend to be a perfectionist. I like taking my times and like really crafting things. But when you're forced into a situation where you have to produce something and you want it to be good, you can't spend a lot of time being picky.
Let's get through it as quick as we can. Yeah, super fast.
There is a kind of an urgency to it. It's really imperfect. You know, there's just a point where it's like, okay, we've got to move on to the next song, or we're just going to run out of time. I think some people would kind of go like, well, why not spend the whole weekend writing one really amazing song? Like, why 3, you know? To me, it's just sort of the ultimate creative experience.
What I love about music is that energy you have that's created just on stage for that one moment. If you can hear that on a record, you've done a really good job. And what I find awesome with the EP Island is that it's there, you know, the energy is there. That's rock.
Everybody was really awesome to work with.
I feel really lucky to be part of it.
Even though I'm super exhausted, I want to do it every weekend.
Sticks in your head. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.